Hey guys, my name is Zach.
And I'm Dean.
Welcome to this week's episode of Collecting Weekly. This is the weekly podcast where we talk about the things that matter the most to us in collecting. Lots of things have happened this week, some good, some bad. We're here to talk about them. We'll start off with the big news, the news that really has affected the community the most, which is Stan Lee passed away at the age of 95.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's a different world now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be one of those things where... I'll always remember where I was when I found out that Michael Jackson died, or 9/11. I feel like it's one of those things you'll always remember what you were doing and where you were when you found out that Stanley died.
Yeah.
I found out on Facebook through some friends that had shared it. In TMZ, I think they were the first ones to break the news. So many things that he's done for this community. For me, I'm not a huge reader of some of the Marvel comics, but for me, the biggest impact that he's had on my life was through the MCU,
Right.
But man, it's crazy. What about you?
My favorite superhero of all time, as long as I can remember, is Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Who is probably his biggest creation, because he worked with a lot of different people on a lot of different characters.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was kind of like his character.
Yeah.
I think him and the Hulk.
Yeah.
Were his babies, and I don't know what it is about Spider-Man. I've always had a connection with that character, and I just love Spider-Man, man. So
I know, he's done the cameos, in all the films.
Right.
Do you have a favorite cameo that he's done?
I do have a favorite cameo, and it comes from my least favorite movie. Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
Spider-Man's kind of back in the swing of being Spider-Man, because at the end of Spider-Man 2, he was struggling with do I really want to keep doing this? I can't be with MJ, I can't do this, I can't do that. So when Spider-Man 3 comes along, he's at the peak of his I'm back, I'm on top of the world. And he saves that universe's Gwen Stacy from falling. And her dad is the police chief.
Yeah.
And so Peter Parker's looking at a sign that says Spider-Man saves police chief's daughter, blah 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 blah. And Stan Lee comes up next to him. He's like, I guess one person really can make a difference. And Peter kind of looks at him and he's like, enough said. And then he kind of just walks away.
Yeah.
And Peter goes back to looking at it, and a lot of his cameos are real funny or silly, and that was one that was damn.
Yeah.
It really just that saying a lot, because I hate that movie.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst movie. But yeah, I love that cameo.
Yeah, for me, there's two actually. I know we talked on the phone yesterday. We were talking about it. I really like the Tony Stank cameo.
Right.
In Civil War. I think it's kind of a good way to break the tension. With everything that happened in that movie.
Right.
And I really liked it. Kind of just Rhodey's dealing with the physical therapy. Cap and Tony are not on talking terms, and Rhodey's dealing with will he still be an Avenger? It's kind of a heavy moment. I know some people that have had disabilities like that, and it's kind of a nice way to break the tension of that scene. But today, I didn't realize... I realized it when it happened, but it's been a while since I've seen Deadpool 1. But his cameo in Deadpool 1, where he's at the strip club and he's the DJ...
The DJ, yeah.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
What's his cameo in Deadpool 2?
I don't remember. I've only seen Deadpool 2.
I remember I asked y'all, I was like, was he in it? Did I miss it?
Yeah, we'll have to get back on that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But, it's going to be sad, at some point there's going to be a Marvel film, because, there's so many that are planned that isn't going to have the Stan Lee cameo. And I think that's going to be kind of crazy, because sometimes they're pretty obvious. Sometimes they're kind of, with some of the Netflix shows, they've had, posters of Stan Lee in the background, I'm wondering if they're going to continue that tradition of doing some sort of thing like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. I really hope they don't get into the whole CGI, Tarkin, Princess Leia stuff to put him in the background of shots.
Yeah, it would be a little tough.
He's 95, I think, I just hope that he was able to film a few more,
That's what I heard. I heard he filmed
I think it was like
one
3 or 4
two,
more. Yeah. And it's kind of crazy because we were talking about this yesterday, but we know a lot of people that have met him and a lot of people that like have memories, like personal memories of being with him. I know you're saying Zach had one.
Yeah, Zach got to meet him at one of the cons.
Zach Spencer, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure which con. You'd have to ask him. It's probably up in Maryland where when he lived there. But he said they like rushed him into the room, and he was like, "Oh my God, Stan Lee, hi!" And they like took the picture. And if you look at the picture, it looks like Zach is about to fall because it was like in and out. Because he's meeting thousands of people when he's there, and I'm sure he would have liked to sit and talk to everybody, but. Yeah, when you're Stan Lee.
Yeah, I remember meeting like someone that was marginally famous. They're like in a somewhat popular rock band. I don't say rock, but they're in a band.
Right.
And we went to one of their shows at Paper Tiger, that bar. And there's maybe like 50 people there. And even there, like it was like 2 seconds to say hi, take a shot, get the autograph, and then leave. I can't even imagine Stan Lee.
Yeah, that happened to me. I met one of my favorite podcasters.
Oh yeah, you're talking.
Shout out thedickshow.com. Patreon.com/thedickshow.
Shout out to dicks.com. Wait, what?
No. He's just a satirist online. He wrote the book Men Are Better Than Women.
Yeah.
And he was on Dr. Phil because they thought he was for real.
I actually need to still watch that.
Dude, it's insane. But I met him, and it's a podcast live, so it's pretty chill. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there must have been like 200 people in that room, and when the show's over, he walks off the stage and. It's like, fuck, where'd he go? And like, you're just sitting there waiting to get your chance with him. And I was like, Dick. And he was like, oh, hey. And we took pictures, and then that was that. He took off. And
yeah.
So, yeah. And that was hectic. With 200 people.
Yeah.
Not Stan Lee legendary status at a con.
Yeah.
Where everybody's looking for him. You know what I mean? So.
And I think there's been some really great tributes. There's been the one that Manny made was pretty nice, with the black background and then the colored photo.
Yeah, God forbid you don't tell Manny he did a good job.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And I really like the one that you shared on Facebook, the one with God, and Stan Lee at God's feet. And what was the quote?
It says, you're not so bad at creating universes yourself, kid.
Yeah, that one hit me in the feels.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
That was powerful.
It was a little, like a newspaper comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really, really nice.
And I know, for me, like, Stan Lee was really important, and, with his passing, it kind of makes me think, like, man, I wish, I got a chance to meet some people that I admire, through collecting or through being a nerd.
Right, yeah.
And I, unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever have the chance. David Prowse in particular, he's getting pretty old, and it's my understanding he's not doing any cons, he's not doing any more signings. I think he's just kind of,
retiring.
I know he was in Texas at one point recently, a few years ago, but money the way it is sometimes. I know you were saying that you wish that hopefully someday you can meet Mark Hamill.
Oh my God, I would die if I met Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that I can't even imagine how that would go. But yeah, so Stan Lee has passed away. We wish his family the best, and he's in a better place now. He's with his wife, and I think you said that a lot of his suffering towards the end of his life, pain or just whatever, the abuse stuff.
I wasn't so sad when oh my God, Stan Lee died. I was more like relieved, like, well, at least he doesn't have to deal with this bullshit anymore.
Yeah, when someone who's 95 passes away, even if they were just a regular person, I mean, it's a pretty fortunate amount of time to be on the earth.
Oh yeah, especially with all he did. Yeah,
And not only that, but I think it's pretty cool that we were, on the earth at the same time as Stan Lee. I think it's kind of something cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Billions of years. But anyways, now that we've talked about our big segment of the show, we're gonna get into some 1/6 news.
Yeah.
So you got a Ghost in the Shell Major.
Yeah, from 3-0.
And I think last we talked, you had just gotten it at the
I had ordered it.
Oh, you had ordered it.
I was saving for it.
And then
I found it on eBay for $150, and then like a day later, they came out with the that coupon. What was it?
Oh yeah, that's like 10% off or 20% off.
Yeah, I think it was 20% off. So it came out to $135 shipped, and I asked you, I was like, "Yo, should I get this?" And you were like, "You literally won't get it any cheaper." And so I pulled the trigger, because I was saving all my money for the con, and I was like, this is something I would buy at the con, and I guarantee
and it would
it's
be
not-
more than that price.
Yeah, so I just went ahead and pulled the trigger, which ended up working out because the con sucked this year.
What was? Yeah, I actually heard that.
It was
just a bunch of pop sellers.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you think it's worth the price?
For 135, yeah, I think 150 I would have been okay too, but 135, I mean, the weathering is phenomenal. The detail and the outfit is just really, really good. It's a little small.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think this is such a well done figure. Everything looks really good. I think, and this is my first impression of this, I think the hands and the feet could be a little more firmly attached to the body.
Yeah.
Same with the head. But the outfit looks incredibly well made. I mean, the tailoring, you got like the rubberized portion mixed in with the fabric, the badge. I mean, this just looks awesome. I haven't seen the movie, I'll be honest. But wow, like that's a nice figure.
Yeah.
It is short, like you said, and I know we had a body that we put some of the clothes on, and it fit fairly well.
Yeah.
The body that I had is modified in the arm, so that we weren't able to do a full body swap. But I definitely think swapping it to a new body and getting a new head, I think, you'd have a really...
Like, at certain angles, like, the way I'm looking at it right now, looks just like her. Others, not so much. And I think they tried to, because there was so much backlash that it was Scarlett Johansson and not some Asian girl, that when they made the figure, they were like, let's not make it so much like Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
So they took some liberties on the likeness.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you look at her eyes, they're definitely...
Not Scarlett Johansson eyes.
Definitely not Scarlett Johansson eyes. But, I mean, they explained that in the movie, like, perfectly. It's such a good movie, man.
I really want to see it. I know you offered to lend me the Blu-ray, which is awesome, but I'm so behind on the movies that I have to watch. Like, I have like 15 movies in my Vudu.
That's why I asked
Manny
you,
lent
if
me
I let you, are you going to watch it? Because I know it took you like a week to watch Jurassic Park.
And the answer is yes. It's just I don't know when. And so, I'm going to try to pick it up on Vudu. But it's a really nice figure. Like, I know you were saying like it's 3/0 scale off, and I don't think it's off for the males, but for some reason I think they're... I think maybe they just bought a bunch of female 1/6 bodies, and now they just have to use them, so they have to scale everything to those.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's a really nice figure. I like the feel of this a lot better than the Daenerys that I had from them.
Yeah, she's a little delicate.
Yeah, this feels real well made. Aside from just the hands and feet.
Yeah,
popping
you could
off.
like shake it.
Yeah, no, it's a nice figure though. Spooktacular is over. It ended on Halloween. I did pretty good. How about you?
I did pretty good, man. Although I had $30 left from last year, or like 27 or something, and I ended up with 70.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I got about $30. I missed a $5 code and I missed some $1 codes because they were coming out really late at night.
I think I got all the $5 codes, but yeah, I definitely missed a few $1 codes.
But it was really good. The admins of these groups really help us get those codes, and it is what it is. Like they're doing. When I first got in, they were just doing Spook, and now they're doing Spook and NYCC and SDCC codes and like just random codes in their Sideshow Live. So I still think that we're getting the same amount of money throughout the year. It's just kind of spaced out more. Some people are upset about that, but then again, like it's free money.
Yeah.
Like it's 1-to-1, same as cash, And I don't think it's like that big a deal that this Spook might not have been as much of a haul as last one. On the horizon for me, speaking of Sideshow, the Emperor is coming.
Yeah.
I saw an email on Monday from my buddy PJ in Tashi Station, and he got an email that the Palpatine was arriving early, and that they could charge his card if they wanted. So I changed my flex pay to a one payment, and then I called Sideshow when they opened. And the lady, I always talk to the same lady. She's like super nice, like the nicest lady. Nicest person I've ever talked to. And she was like, I will personally make sure that, because my order was before the cutoff for batch 1. She's like, I'll make sure that personally that this order will go through on Friday.
Nice.
So in theory, like next Wednesday, hopefully, or Friday. No, it's charging Friday, but I'm saying like I might have it as early as next week.
Oh, I see.
But next week's the holidays. I'm kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I got the Palpatine with the Throne deluxe set, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, yeah. I watched a review on YouTube, and it looks sweet.
Dude, I am so excited. I gotta get the battery illuminator for the throne base.
Yeah.
But, you know, once I get that going, it's gonna be wired into my cabinet.
That throne is so cool. I don't think there's another way to get that figure. Does that make sense? Like, if you don't buy it with the throne, don't buy it.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, because the throne is not that expensive. I think it's like $80, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought the throne was gonna be like $150 by itself.
Because the Emperor stands in one scene when he's leaving the shuttle, and then when he stands up to electrocute Luke. Like,
not only that, but even in episode 3, he had like a similar style throne.
right.
But it's kind of crazy because I was talking to Sideshow, and like I say, I always talk to this lady. I don't know if she remembers me, but I always remember her because she just has like this really warm voice. And I was asking them how they were doing with the wildfire in California because they're right in that area. And she was telling me that they were actually really worried last week. She's like, I don't want to be dramatic or anything, but last week we were actually really worried that we were going to lose the building. And they're like, and the way that these fires are in this place, like, it's like when we get a hurricane here in Texas, like you have like 4 or 5 days, like you kind of know you need to evacuate.
Right.
But the way this wildfire spreads, it's like you have like minutes or hours that they tell you like, hey, you need to evacuate now. Like, so there's not really a lot that can be done for them to like move the inventory or, it's more like just worrying about the people's safety. But she was telling me that they have, they do some of the painting at the location. So there's paint thinner. There's like if that place caught on fire, like it would be pretty nasty.
Yeah.
And so they were just saying they're back to work now.
Are you even allowed to be saying this?
I don't know.
It's exclusive, like someone called TMZ, this
right.
toy podcast no one's ever heard of, just broke the story.
Well, no, I mean it's like they announced that they were closed because of the fire. Like I'm pretty sure like last week they were closed for several days because of the fire. It's not news or anything, but she was just saying like, it could have been a big deal. And I was like,
almost made it sound like she wasn't supposed to be telling you.
I was like, look, lady, if push comes to shove,
you grab that Palpatine.
you grab you already personally guaranteed,
You grab that Palpatine, you drive over here.
Yeah.
I'll give you shelter for a night and a warm meal.
Just one night. I know you got, speaking of Sideshow, you have your, you have a figure coming in. You also made a pre-order, which is, I think, one of the few times I've ever seen you make a pre-order.
I've never pre-ordered anything. I've pre-ordered one.
And it got canceled. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But okay, so what did you order? What did you pre-order?
So I got Anakin coming this week.
The light side, though, right?
Yeah, light side Anakin. As a gift from our good buddy Zach.
Uh-huh.
And then, so I was like, well, I mean, Obi-Wan's coming out. I got $70 in rewards points. It brought him down to $140. That's a no-brainer.
That's a no-brainer.
So I pre-ordered Obi-Wan with the $70.
Uh-huh.
And he comes out, I think, like April or something next year.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. For me, new figures on the horizon. I have like I said, the Palpatine, obviously. But I have a Deadpool version 1. That I got in a trade with my buddy Zach Williams, and I had been.
There's too many Zachs.
I know there's so many Zachs. I love Zach Williams, but there's too many Zachs in the world. I know that it's not a popular opinion, but the
a popular what? Sorry.
Rest in peace, headphone users. It's not a popular opinion, but I really think that the Kenner Yoda is better than the Hot Toys Yoda. Like, just the sculpt, the way it stands, the hunch.
I mean, considering Yoda doesn't do a whole lot in the original trilogy, I don't see why he would need so much articulation from Hot Toys.
Uh-huh. It's nice that they gave it to us, but just for me, the sculpt in general, look like the facial structure looks better.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, with the amount of articulation that you get from the Kenner,
It's perfect for Yoda.
Yeah, what you're going to use it for. You're just going to be standing there. And I've always used that one. You took it to a whole nother level.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, and I love it.
It's so cool. Zach had gotten the Deadpool from a friend as a gift. He was doing some toy photography with it, and his friend's like, yeah, just keep it. I got the second one, the version 2 coming in.
Damn, that's pretty tight.
Right? And so Zach really wanted a Yoda, because while he was visiting this friend, he saw the Yoda, and he's like, dude, that's a badass figure. So that's what he wanted, and we were talking for a bit, and we came to a deal. I know the version 1, just any pleather figure in general, the suit can deteriorate over time, and Zach's hadn't deteriorated yet. But just the fit of the V2 suit is so much better. Yeah. Toy Anxiety was parting one out, and I had some store credit with them, so I went ahead and made a purchase for the suit. So I know when I get the Deadpool and the suit, I'm going to switch everything over. The only thing I'll need to do is darken the paint on the old head, which I'll just do with the Tamiya weathering kit, that soot. Yeah. Just kind of darken it a little bit. And I think it's going to be a good figure. I know I got fucking roasted in the group chat this morning. Fuck everybody. Fuck Manny. Fuck Cody. Fuck Sydney. Shout out to Zach because he wasn't roasting me.
Because he wasn't
and
on.
Fuck Eric because I got fucking spit roasted this morning. First of all, you were talking shit to me about the sword hilts.
Okay, and you took something completely out of context, and there's no way to look back
there's no proof.
Further, because
I
definitely remember you telling me
that was not me. I pick my battles, and I have no skin in that game. Like, so Sydney was telling me that I was roasting his opinion.
Because I said the exact same thing. I was like, I like the V1 better.
No, the only thing that I told you was that for the price you were paying for the V1, which I think you were going to get it for like $200, you might as well get the V2. That was what I was saying.
For another $100?
No, it's like
$300 after tax. It's $270.
On Sideshow's website, $270.
Yeah, or $260, and then you gotta ship the damn thing.
Yeah, still, but at any rate, yeah, fuck everybody. I got roasted pretty bad this morning. But I think it's you know, like I got the Yoda for $120 using the Spook rewards from the year before. Right. I've had it for a year. You know,
I will say this. Knowing you're gonna make that V1 better than a V2. I'm
gonna do it. It's gonna have the V, because first thing I want to do is take the suit off the V1 and pad the body a little bit and see if I can, and Dremel down the thighs, see if I can fix the V1.
Oh, that's true. He does have really wide thighs.
And it's actually not the body, it's actually just the stitching on the black part that's near the hips. Because people have tried to switch the body and same result. But at any rate, like, you know, even just swapping those parts over, like, I like the holster design of the V1, which are the full holsters instead of the exposed Desert Eagles.
Yeah.
And I like the sword hilts with the little square bits at the end.
Yeah, the handguards.
Handguards, yeah. So, you know, I'm not really bothered by it. I know Manny and everyone was fucking roasting me this morning, but I think it's going to be a cool figure. And I, you know me, like, I can make, you know...
Yeah, you'll make it cooler.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be like as good as Deadpool version 2, but you know, I'm pretty confident.
Well, considering you're using 90% of Deadpool
version
2,
true,
you should be okay.
But even the first one, I think I can make it look good. In worst case, if it doesn't look good, I think I'm just gonna paint it gray and just have like the stealth Deadpool
with the duct tape and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Manny posted somebody was selling a custom one.
Yeah.
Was that the knockoff Deadpool?
I'm not sure.
That box didn't look like a Hot Toys box.
I think he might have made his own box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it said like custom battle damage.
Because even
Deadpool.
the base looks weird.
Yeah, it looked different.
It looked like the knockoff base.
So, speaking of customizing, I know you mentioned it just a little bit, but how did you like the Yoda? Because I know I gave it to Zach, and Zach gave it to you, so you didn't check it out in front of me.
No, I didn't. I didn't even check it out at all. I just put it on my shelf and took a picture of it.
I saw that.
No, it's awesome, dude. The hair, just like...
That's next level.
It really sets it off, yeah.
Yeah. Because I really didn't touch the skin. It's just matte coating the skin, because it was kind of glossy, the Kenner one. So adding the hair and repainting the nails, and then trimming the fabric, you know, and then I weathered it too.
Yeah. And then the cane was like... That's such a small detail, but it really made a difference.
Yeah, with the black wash and the repaint.
But the nails, oh my god. And it wasn't until I watched your video that I was like, oh man, those are bad.
Yeah,
those
the
are
original
bad.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really glad you like it because that shelf had a lot of potential, and now that because it's Yoda, Luke, Boba,
And Vader.
and Vader,
My oversized Vader.
and it's R2 also.
No, just those four.
Oh, okay. Really great shelf.
I have a New Hope right next to it.
Oh, okay, that's the one. Yeah, so I'm really glad you like it. It's a really easy tutorial. Like anyone could take their Yoda to the next level with that tutorial.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's with cheap paint too. It's not like I used, you know,
Yeah, there's
crazy
a cheap figure, cheap paint.
$50. You know, you have a Yoda that.
Not even $50. I think I paid $10 for that Yoda.
Oh, okay, then $20.
In box.
$20 and.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a good figure. I know we're Xensation is a company that you've had a run in with in the past.
Yeah, we're talking about pre-orders.
Let's hear your story about that.
Well, I'm actually really relieved it didn't work out.
Why is that?
It wasn't obviously an officially licensed product because they do like.
Yeah, so Xensation is a third party company.
So instead of Superman, it'll be Super Strong Man.
Yeah, they're the latest two releases that I've seen from them were and like I said, I hated Doctor Strange as a movie, so I don't think I ever finished it. But it's the bald lady from Doctor Strange.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the bad guy.
And the bad guy, which are cool.
And they came out pretty good. I mean, I don't think they're amazing by any means, but I see people display them alongside the Hot Toys Doctor Strange, and they don't look terribly out of place.
Right.
You know, a little bit of futzing. I think they look pretty good. But I think it was a Cloud that you pre-ordered.
Yeah, for Final Fantasy VII, someone posted it. They're like, "Hey, check this out." I was like, "Oh my god, a Cloud!" And I collect every Cloud I can find.
And so, where did you pre-order it from?
From their website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like $60 down.
Uh-huh.
And then they would tell you when it was done, and it was like another, like $60.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't a very expensive figure.
No.
And, you know, that game has sold 11 million copies, which is a lot. In comparison to Game of Thrones, the last season finale was like 14 million people. So it's like those are comparable numbers. You know what I mean? Obviously, Game of Thrones has acquired that in a matter of years, whereas Final Fantasy VII came out in '97. But I was like, you know, those are comparable numbers. Like people who would know this character and would want it. But they ended up just canceling it.
Did you see why they canceled it?
I didn't get an answer.
So I looked on their Facebook page because when they announced the Tywin Lannister, which is kind of why you mentioned the Game of Thrones numbers, the Tywin Lannister figure that they announced, they're calling it the Advisor,
right,
coming out in January. It's already in production, so 2-month production schedule.
Right.
And they said, someone asked them like, hey, what the hell, like, if we pre-order this, like, are you gonna cancel? And they said the reason that they canceled the Cloud was. That's his name, right? Cloud? Was because they didn't get enough pre-orders. And the tooling, because these are all original molds, they said that they had lost a bunch of money and they chose to not continue the production run because it would have just been more money. I think they said they got a third of the pre-orders they were expecting.
Oh, wow.
Now, for this figure, I don't know what, for these kind of companies, I don't know if their break-even is like 1,000 figures or 10,000 figures or 20,000 or if it's even just 100. But I've seen on TNS and other pre-order sites that this thing is selling pretty well. The Tywin Lannister, it looks really good. Like, I mean, it's just an old man that's just gonna stand there. But it comes with the table. It comes with some maps. It comes with some folded maps. I mean, for me, that's really all I could hope for because I know that 3.0 won't make one, and I know that if they do make one, it's gonna be $200 because a Tywin with similar accessories is about $200. Excuse me, the Tyrion with the similar accessories is about $200. And not only that, but Tywin's a character that he's kind of a big deal in the show, but he's dead. And I think at this point they're focusing on latter season.
Spoiler alert.
Honestly, if you haven't seen it by now.
Yeah, fuck you.
We should put in the title minor Game of Thrones spoilers. They're not going to make him, And if they did make him, I think the best way to make him would be in his battle armor.
Right.
But, that would be my dream figure. I did talk to a guy that was making the battle armor for Jaime, which is almost identical to Tywin. Guess how much it is?
probably as much as a damn figure.
$550 unpainted.
Jesus.
For the armor and the clothes, and that's a good price because I know what goes into making that, but they weren't willing to sell the just the armor by itself, and for me, I didn't need all of Jamie's gear. I just needed the armor. With that being said, I think that there's a chance that this still will get canceled, not because of the production run, but it's my understanding that HBO has an incredibly good legal team to stop things like this from happening. So I am excited for the potential that it's going to be released, and I think that's why they announced it so close to their release time, so that they couldn't be stopped. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that's seized at customs because it violates the HBO trademark. That's why I think with the 11 sculpt of Jon Snow, that's why I think he didn't release it, because he probably got a pretty angry letter from HBO.
Oh, I see.
And that was a figure that a lot of people wanted that figure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thoughts about that. I mean, it really sucks that other figure was canceled, but they seem to really be cognizant of the fact that they have that reputation now, and they're really trying to not.
Yeah, that sucks.
To not have it. I know today when you came over, we were looking over. We were in my office, which is like my hobby room, and you were looking at some stuff on my desk, and the medicom Luke caught your eye.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about it? So my medicom Luke outfit is on a Hot Toys body, and you said that you wanted to buy the outfit, which
Yeah,
is
because I have a Jedi Luke that I've pieced together,
which is a sideshow and some Hot Toys parts.
Yeah, it's an old sideshow Jedi Luke outfit, Hot Toys boots, Hot Toys A New Hope Luke body, and then a sideshow Hoth Luke, which I think, in my personal opinion, is a really good placeholder for, because a lot of people use the Bespin Luke, but his hair is totally different.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that one particular unhooded sculpt from Sideshow, to me, it looks the best. He's a little too happy, but whatever. And so I've had that figure for a while, but the outfit is just so baggy. And this one is so well tailored. Because one, Medicom's bodies are usually really small. So when you put it around a much larger body figure, it just forms really well to the body.
Yeah.
And it just looks way better tailored.
Yeah. The cloak material feels really great too. I know you're saying you didn't like the sideshow cloak.
Yeah, you were like, "Do you need a cloak?" I was like, "No, I got a cloak."
And then you touched it
to me. I was like, "Oh no, I needed the cloak."
It's a really nice, package. If you're not gonna use the boots, I'll definitely.
No, I'm not gonna use the boots.
But it's a great figure. I just I have a lot of stuff, and I keep buying plastic shoe boxes to put stuff in, and it's really piling up. But yeah, so that's, I'm really glad that you like it, and I've been preaching it for a while in the group, and everyone shits on my thoughts, but I'm like, guys, this outfit is pretty good. Like, compared to, I love the Hot Toys figure. I think it's probably one of the best figures I've ever gotten out of the box, and mine is pretty much stock, but that outfit is terrible. It is so bad. It's so baggy. It doesn't fit right. I like this one better, but the thing is, the Hot Toys outfit, you're able to peel back the panel, to expose the white. The Medicom you can't. And not only that, but I think the Medicom outfit looks worst when it's in the all-black look, because the waist is kind of thin because the pants are really small. Whereas I think the Hot Toys outfit looks worst with all the stuff on. I think the Medicom looks best with all the stuff on.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't like the...
You always display yours with the Jabba palace, with the robe.
It just looks cooler.
And I think that's the way, to dispose it now that you have... to pose it now that you have this option.
Yeah.
I know at the toy show you had put it on Facebook that you got some new Destiny stuff recently, the hand cannon and some new figures. Do you want to talk about those?
Yeah. So when I was at Comic-Con, for whatever reason, I was like, man, I really hope somebody has Destiny guns.
I actually saw some Destiny figures on Monday. Some of the McFarlane ones.
Yeah,
but I think at Days of Walmart. I think you said you had all of them.
I have all of them.
Okay, I was gonna call you, but I was like, no. Last time I called Sydney, he was like, Zach, I got everything.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a wave 2, let me know and I'll keep a lookout.
Yeah,
but you have the hand cannon.
Yeah, and so we get there, and I had to wait in line with my sister, but Zach had like that speed pass because he got all 3 days.
Yeah.
And so since he checked in yesterday or the day before, he could just go in right away. And so while we were waiting in line, it took 30 minutes or so. We get in there. I was like, Zach, I really want to find some Destiny guns. He's like, oh, there's a guy with his guns over here. I was like, that was fast. So he's like, yeah, I'll show them to you. So we get over there, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It looks a little small. I'll see what else they got. And they had a hand cannon, which is just like a big ass revolver.
Yeah.
And it's called Better Devils from Destiny 2. And it was $25. It's a rigid foam, so.
So does he make them himself?
I
mean, because you're telling me this. I've seen pictures. I'm like, man, that's kind of like hard to make. Like if you're just making like 100 of these for a show.
Yeah, I don't know. They came in like bags.
Yeah.
But like no like.
Branding.
Yeah, so I have no idea. But multiple vendors had the same.
Oh, okay. Maybe something from like China or something.
Yeah, so I need to figure out where they're from because there was a gun I didn't get. And now I have it in the game and I want it in real life.
What did that cost?
I didn't even ask because it was like.
No, I'm sorry, the one that you bought.
Oh, $25?
That's not bad.
Which is nothing.
For a 1-to-1 prop, even if it's just a little bit off.
Yeah, because you could get them 3D printed on Etsy and stuff.
Those are a little expensive. They're like $60-$100.
Yeah, unpainted.
Yeah.
But there's some guys that have them fully painted and stuff, like ready to ship for like $200.
Yeah.
Which, depending on the gun, isn't bad. And so I already have a wall space set out that I'm gonna put guns.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
Oh,
and then my favorite character, Lord Shaxx, they finally came out with his figure, McFarlane, on a 10-inch scale. And my buddy Corey, shout out Corey, he just hit 4 years with HEB. And he was like, dude, I couldn't have been here without you. Like, I owe you. So, like, whatever you want, like, I'll get it for you. And I'm like...
$500, friends and family.
Yeah. And he was like, you want Shaxx? I was like, oh, Shaxx did just come out. He's like, it's done. And so we went to Think Geek and he bought it for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
What a nice friend.
Yeah.
What do you get me for things I've done for you?
Continued friendship.
So your Fox from Echo Base Customs is nearing completion. The meme train is getting to the final stop.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 2-week train ride.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
Cody has Ebola or something. He's dying of sickness.
Dude, if he dies, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'm gonna be so mad if he dies. Cody, if you're listening, don't fucking die.
Yeah, his mother-in-law got him sick. And so, but no, it looks really good. Like, dude, all jokes aside, it looks pretty
looks phenomenal.
I mean, I think I could do better, but I mean, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, it does look really good.
Dude,
Cody's a good painter. I think I could definitely do, like, similar stuff, but I don't have the balls to mess with people's $200 figures, so, shout out to Cody, because that's a lot of risk. Unless he has a lot of backup parts.
He'll show us, like, oh, look, I'm working on this today. Or, I painted this, or here's the head. But when he put it all together and was like, I was like, oh shit, like, that's a whole nother level of goddamn.
Yeah, Cody's really talented. His website on Facebook is Echo Base Customs. Really, really good guy.
Yeah, whatever he's charging, it's not enough, but don't tell him I said that.
Yeah, bonkers prices. The wait's a little long, but I think with the prices, it more than makes up for it.
Oh, 100%.
And he's done a lot of really complicated projects, so, like, if you're worried that he's going to do, like, fuck up your repaint, I wouldn't be worried at all. Like, that guy knows.
Even if he fucked it up, he could just fix it.
Yeah, because he fucked up your Fox on, like, 50 times. Not really fucked it up, but you know what I mean? Like,
he's
like
painted, the weather, the weather fucked up the paint.
Yeah, I think he was drying it or something like that.
Yeah, which is because, like, the other day he was like, dude, you've been so patient with me, and I'm like, dude, you're doing shit I can't even imagine. Like, I'll be as patient as it takes. Like,
and not only that, but
you're doing the Lord's work.
He's full service because he'll do the painting. He has the blasters, the commas.
Well, another thing that happened,
the sewing. Oh, your body broke.
Yeah, he was like, dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but it's broken. And I was like, haha, Cody, like, you fucking, he jokes around with us all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm reserving the right to be pissed off right now because I'm pretty sure you're joking. And he sent me a picture and it looked like a V, like it was just snapped in half. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know how this happened. And he took it all apart, and there was like a screw, where the spring is on the inside. It attaches up into the torso, and whatever that was holding it in place was just gone.
Yeah.
And so it broke, and I was like, he's like, you could just get a generic body, which I was not excited about because you'll see the peach or the skin tone
You just paint it black.
But you know me, that I don't like doing stuff like that.
Such a baby.
So I was like, I'll just find a clone body. He's like, dude, you're gonna pay out the ass. And I was like, well, I want it the way I want it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you know what? I have a body for Cody. That I got from Eric, and I was like, Eric's Cody was broken, and he was like, no, it wasn't. I was like, it was definitely broken. He's like, if it's broken, he didn't tell me. And so he pulled out. He's like, oh shit, it is broken. He's like, but I remember him telling me now. And what he did was unattach the top torso of his Cody.
Did a little bit of surgery.
And put it on mine because his knee was broken on the Cody, and so he just merged two broken figures into one.
It's like the fusion dance.
And he charged me like $20. Sorry, which is insane. I couldn't touch a body for even a generic body for $20. So
yeah,
he really goes above and beyond. He's a really good
guy. For me, with my custom work, my ODST is almost done. The guy Andrew Sharent. Well, okay, so I finished it, quote unquote, but the guy Andrew Sharon, who did a lot of the prep work for me, there was one piece that I was missing, and it's a piece that you can only get from the Sideshow Zartan G.I. Joe figure. It's the backpack. The backpack looks pretty close to the on-screen model from ODST, the game, and I'll show you a quick comparison. So this is the ODST backpack here, and that's the Zartan backpack. It's not perfect, but there's nothing else that even remotely looks like that.
Right.
I'm using a battle droid backpack, which you know what that looks like. It doesn't look anything like the screen model.
Right.
Some guy listed a 1.6 backpack on eBay, and he was like, dude, this is, you need to buy this right now. These don't come up. And so, $20, I bought it. It's going to be here this week. I'm going to paint it. And then it's getting shipped to Matthew Callahan, who is an award-winning Marine photographer for combat photography. Won, all kinds of filmographer, videographer. He's like the GOAT, basically. He's going to take pictures of my ODST with the 6-scale Emil from Reach. Nice. Once he's done, he's going to give me, high quality images of, the print. But he's also going to give me signed prints of my figure. That's and I am so fucking excited.
Can I get one of those?
Well, it depends on how many he gives me. But I'm going to frame them and put them up in my office because I was like, dude, I wasn't expecting that, But it's pretty cool, how that all came to be, and there's a lot of people I need to thank about it. But
so you could probably get some huge props, huh?
Basically, I'm gonna see if he'll shout out the Collecting Weekly podcast. That'd be pretty dope.
Well, I just meant because, somebody made this kit and shipped it to you, but you really put it all together from scratch.
Yeah, so basically the way it works was some guy 3D modeled every single part of the armor.
Except the backpack.
He actually said he was going to do the backpack, but he never did it, including the weapons. And then I ordered those and shipped it to Andrew. And Andrew basically cleaned all the parts because they're unsprues, when you get a model. Cleaned all the parts and removed the buckles. And they sent me new material and new buckles and a very detailed instructions on how to reassemble everything. Because when I got it, it's 70 pieces, and I have to put it together like a 3D puzzle on a body which already has a suit underneath it, and then start assembling it. Once you get the rough assembly done, take everything off, paint it, then reapply the buckles and everything else. I couldn't have done it without any of those people, the modeler, Andrew, and then, obviously myself, pitching into it. So I'm hoping that Mr. Callahan will let me give some shout outs because, there's a lot of people that really like that game. and there's never been a figure of it, a respectable figure of it. You know, there's been McFarlane figures, but those break super easily. They're really expensive now. Definitely not worth it. And not that, but you know, like there's one guy on eBay who found literally a caseload of these helmets that I bought 5 from. Like, it's been like, I've been working on this since like June, May. And that's when I started working on it. But I first contacted Andrew about it last Thanksgiving. So it's almost been a year that I've been working on this project. So for me, like, you know me, like I like to, you know, like for you, like you don't like things that are kind of janky. For me, I like to start and finish a project in one day. And it's been like, it's been interesting.
365 days.
I know, 365 times my normal amount of time to spend on something, which is pretty significant.
Well, I will say this, it's easily one of the coolest figures I've ever seen in person.
Yeah, and I've had so many people offer to buy it, and I like to sell my stuff when people are interested, but I really think it's going to be one that...
Yeah, I don't think you should ever sell it.
Because it's not that I couldn't make another one. You know, I could very easily make another one. You know, see if Andrew would be willing to do the prep work, and I painted it in a day, so it's not like, you know, I painted it and did the armor in one day. But it's just a figure that took so long to find so many pieces, you know. Yeah. I don't think I would sell it. You know, I know Eric's offered to buy it.
I've also offered to buy it.
You've offered to buy it. Mr. Callahan's offered to buy it. A few other random strangers on the internet have offered to buy it. But it's just one of those things that, you know, I don't think I'm gonna sell. Changing pace a little bit off of 6 scale. I know we're just getting into this, but I wanted to.
The ODST guy, isn't that Buck?
Well, in the game, there's 5 of them. I modeled mine roughly based on the rookie.
Yeah, but doesn't Buck rookie turn into Buck?
No,
Buck. Halo 5?
No.
Oh, he's his own guy.
The rookie dies. Eventually, he doesn't die in the game, but in the books or.
I thought he becomes one of.
No, in the game, Buck is on your squad.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Buck is a part.
Because that's
no, that'd be pretty cool.
Fillion's character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he's Kate 6 in Destiny.
Oh yeah, relevant. Okay, there we go. Look at that, bridging the gaps.
Yeah.
So moving on to 6-inch scale stuff. I know you came to buy my Trunks figure arts from Xenoverse 2, which is a fucking awesome video game if you haven't played it. But we were talking about figure arts, and they're so expensive. I mean, and not that they don't deserve to be the price that they are, but they are
flawless.
You know, $50 to $60, $80. Even in the case of Broly, is like I think retail is like, what is retail on that figure like?
I think retail's not terrible.
It's like $100 retail.
$160, but aftermarket like $240.
I think it's actually $135. It was $135 when I bought it. Retail.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like that character, so I've never had the interest in buying it.
At any rate, you got the Trunks, and I know you were saying that you've got some really good figures recently. I think you got Bulma.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god,
it's a nice figure.
A perfect figure. It's so well done. It's like taken right out of the comic strip.
That's how I felt about the Kid Goku.
Oh my god. And I got that one too, and I love that figure.
Are you going to get Roshi?
I feel like
you have to at this point.
Well, one, he's Roshi. But it's like I need Roshi, Tien, Yamcha, Nappa, because I have Scouter Vegeta finally. Krillin. I heard they're gonna re-release the Krillin, so maybe that one, because Krillin's fucking expensive.
Worst case, you should get the model kit one, and I'll paint it for you.
Oh, that's true.
The model kit one looks pretty decent.
And but those are also too big.
You're right.
They're way too big. They're like 7.5 inch scale.
Yeah, no, actually, you're exactly right. But you know, speaking of figure arts, it's not a new company by any means, but I've just recently discovered them in the store, and you have too.
Well, it's not a new company; it's Bandai.
No, I'm sorry, a new line that came out last year.
Yeah, it's like their budget.
It's sort of like Marvel Legends for Dragon Ball Z is the way it was described to me.
Yeah.
It's called Dragon Stars.
Dragon Stars.
Dude.
Which, when they came out, I was like, whatever.
I vividly remember you shitting on that line
like
when it came out.
Scoffing at them like...
Dude, I saw it at Walgreens the other day, and I saw the Kaioken times 10 Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku.
Uh-huh.
I was fucking tempted, dude.
Yeah, so...
But I was like, I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know if it's even going to scale right.
Well, that's what I started doing. I started watching reviews. Because I really like Goku Black. And the Goku Black figure arts, if you didn't
It's
pre-order it,
ridiculously
yeah, like
expensive.
minimum 90.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how much does the Dragon Star scale well? Like, how's it scale? And so I looked at it, and it's like spot on.
Yeah.
And I could get a knockoff figure arts, but it's like, well, I might as well just get like.
See, I don't like buying knockoffs when there's a comparable, legit version.
Right.
That's like less than the knockoff or the same price.
Yeah, because the knockoff's still like $35. These are $19.99.
Yeah, exactly.
If you find them, people jack up the price like $30 anyway.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, I really want Jiren, Goku Black, and what's his name? Zamasu?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this past weekend, somebody was like, oh, there's a Dragon Ball Z con at the Wonderland of America.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, shit, I'm going to check it out. So I went and I found Jiren loose for $20. It was a buddy of mine, and he's had a rough go of things lately, and so I was like, oh, okay, I'll pay the $20 for a loose figure. I don't care about the BAF anyway, and the other hands I wasn't going to use.
Yeah.
And for $20, which is what I would have paid retail, if I found them, because
they sell fast. Like the
they
Walgreens
sell fast, and people jack up the price in the aftermarket. So Jiren, I think, is like a $30 figure. And holy shit, I was blown away. I was like, these are actually really nice.
Yeah.
And it scales imperfectly with the figure arts line. And I have him right next to my Super Saiyan God and Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah. I know that they've teased a Broly. They've also teased the Ultra Instinct Goku, which looks, oh my god, incredible.
Well,
In my opinion, the figure that I'm most excited for is their Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, because no one has given us a Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks since, I think, Jack's Pacific, like in the early 2000s.
Right.
And it looks fucking incredible. Figure arts, obviously they're making a Gotenks, but it's just Super Saiyan.
This week, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's the Super Saiyan Gotenks, and I'm just so excited that this is potentially going to be coming out. It's not confirmed, I don't think.
It's like this line is giving new life to figures you couldn't buy.
Exactly. I would love it if they made the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Dude, I would love it if they made the androids 17 and 18.
Oh, yeah.
Because those are $160 figures aftermarket.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for how small they are, that's a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Broly that they're teasing, that even if it's a BAF piece and there's 5 figures, that's only costing you $100 to build it.
Yeah.
Which is still cheaper than paying retail for a Broly figure.
But not only that, but like when I was at Walgreens the other day, they had the Golden Frieza, $18. And that one, it's like a $60 figure arts now.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty good. They have the what is it called? The Ultimate Gohan, where he's like a black hair.
Gohan.
Yeah, Mystic Gohan. That one looks pretty sweet. I didn't see that one. If I saw that one at the store, like 100%, I probably would have bought it, because that's my favorite version of Gohan.
Yeah. I feel like with this line, they have the option to make so many more characters just because they're not so intricate in the design. It's like we could get a great Saiyan Man, which would be amazing. Like I said, the androids, all of them, even the ones we've never gotten before, like 16.
So it looks like to make Broly, you need the figure of Goku Black, Vegito, Trunks, which is a $75 wave. And then you'll need the second set, which is Gohan, Ultra Instinct Goku, and Vegeta powered down, which I think is like $150. But I think if you find them in the store, it'd be a little cheaper. But even then, you're getting 6 figures and a Broly. You're not just getting a Broly.
That's the only one that doesn't scale well is the Vegeta.
Yeah.
There's like a Super Saiyan God Vegeta and then like a Super Saiyan Vegeta, and like they're both totally different heights. And it's just like, what?
So what's the better one to get if you're going to get one?
I think the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta.
Oh, okay. Dude, this Goku looks awesome. I need to look into that.
Okay, well, have you seen the company that comes out with like accessories for your figure arts?
Yeah.
They came out with an Ultra Instinct Goku head.
Oh,
a
okay.
whole set, and I want it. It's like $30.
Yeah, and those are pretty highly praised from what I've seen.
Dude, they're amazing. I watched all the reviews.
Uh-huh.
They have a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Vegeta set. Super Saiyan God, Goku, and Vegeta set where their head's red instead of blue.
I think they have like Yamcha, Tien.
Yamcha and Tien with the hair and the shirt.
Uh-huh.
A Trunks Super Saiyan 2.
Oh yeah, with the clear hair, with the huge hair.
Oh my god. And so I put them all on my watch list on eBay because I'm gonna get them all.
You gotta link me those. I'm curious to
But
see
I'm
the
really,
links.
really interested in the Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
But yeah, that Dragon Stars line blew me away, and now I'm like, they got me hook, line, and sinker. It's just on the figures I don't already have. Like,
Yeah, because you have a
I
huge
don't-
collection, but then again, it's kind of like with the Taiwan. It's like, they're not Figure Arts isn't gonna give you every character.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
it's like if they ever come out with a Jiren, it's not gonna be for a long time.
Yeah.
So I was like, easy pickup. Super Saiyan Black or Goku Black, easy pickup because I'm not
Yeah.
gonna spend $115 on a legit one.
It'd be cool if they gave us more like a few niche characters, like Baba, the little floating witch.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a 3-pack of him and the pig guy.
And
His
the
name is escaping
cat.
me. Yeah, and Poir.
Oolong and
Yeah.
Poir.
Oh yeah. That'd be cool. Like a 3-pack
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
$25. Like,
Yeah, which, I mean,
Or like a pack with like that and like Kid Gohan from the first season of Dragon Ball Z. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
they got
you're
a
right.
lot.
Like giving life to these characters that you
yeah,
haven't been able to get.
in a line of figures that isn't so costly to them. Because the articulation's there, but it's not like Figure Arts level where they have to like engineer joints and
Yeah.
sculpt in.
Yeah, because if you look at like the waist of the
articulation.
Goku's, like they don't have that.
Yeah,
that
or even the
tri-folding.
knees.
Yeah.
Which honestly, Figure Arts knees are
They're
trash.
terrible.
Except for the new ones, and they're still really not that good.
I just hate the way they look from the back for like Goku and stuff like that. They're not
Yeah.
great.
But man, yeah, like I said, they got me hooked on a sinker. Like I'm all about that wave now.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking for characters, like on all my online like watch lists. It's like Zamasu, Goku Black.
Yeah, send me what you're looking for because I go to a lot of Walgreens for work, and I can definitely stop by. The last thing I want to talk about, we're almost at an hour, is Christmas updates. I know we've been working on a Christmas shopping for each other. I've gotten yours done. I've gotten Zach's done. Both of you guys that gave your gifts early. You got the Ron Swanson, obviously, and Zach.
Yeah.
I knew he was getting an Anakin. Well, he has 2 Anakins now, actually. But I got him the third-party cape for his Anakin.
Right.
Eric and Manny, I have their gifts. They're actually in my car. I need to start working on them. The R2D2s that they wanted customized for the
Did
Tutor on the
you tell
channel.
them already?
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to edit that out. We'll have to beep it out.
Yeah.
Shit. I'll make
Yeah,
sure.
because I bought them and you're gonna handle the rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like a tag team effort for Manny.
Well, they don't listen to the podcast anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt that they know.
Oh, okay, good. That's less work for me.
Yeah.
And.
Actually, we'll know if they didn't listen to
Yeah,
the podcast.
we won't mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think Manny listens to the podcast.
No, he says our mic quality isn't good enough.
Yeah, for his DJ ears yet. Yet I'm the one that supports him every chance I get. I have his business cards in my wallet
Right.
to hand to my friends. I always tag him. My friends looking for DJs. Yet
Yeah,
he listens to others' podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you told me you like to be a club DJ. You don't do like party
Yeah,
stuff.
that's true.
So.
But how
Yeah,
dare
shots
you.
fired. Actually, the last time my friend was looking for DJ, I tagged both of y'all, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And I think I just need to work on Cody's now. And I'm getting one for Seth. He's one of the admins of our Facebook group. So Cody and Seth. The thing is, I don't know what to get for Cody. Because, we know him through the group chat and stuff like that, but like, and we talk a lot in there, but you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of hard to buy something for someone that you don't chat with like a lot. Like, I've known you for years.
Right.
So I just got to figure out Cody. What about you? How's your shopping going?
Well, I got Manny and Eric's. I know what I'm gonna get you. I just have to find one.
Oh, okay. Cody?
I don't know what to get Cody, and
You had an idea for where to get Cody, but I think you scrapped it already.
yeah, and then I'm still toying with it in my head. And then Zach Spencer.
Oh, you got his gift?
No, I need to get his.
Oh, okay.
So Cody, Zach, and you, it's just a matter of time.
Hell yes. Yeah, we all got to get together, and I think what we should do is...
I will just say this, it's not going to outdo what you did for me.
Well, nothing could outdo what you
No,
did for me.
legitimate, even if I gave you as much money as I could in the world, it would still never outdo.
I know, it's such a good gift. But yeah, so hopefully, maybe for the channel, we can film an unboxing of all our gifts. Like, because we did it last year, we got together and we did our gifts.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Like, just see if Victoria can play camera woman for us.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's been a busy week, so there's a lot to talk about. And, you know...
Yeah, we didn't even get to the statues.
Well, we can always talk about it next week. You said you just got into it.
Yeah, because I'm going to get another statue. I'll probably order it tonight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that next time, your statue collecting, and hopefully next time I'll have an update on Deadpool, have an update on some other things.
Yeah, I will have got my Anakin by then.
Dude, I'm so excited to get Deadpool because I have so many parts, you know?
Right.
So what I want to do is, like, the first thing I want to do is put the Han Solo belt on him, and then maybe, like, the blue jacket, and put him in the collection next to Chewie. And then, like, the next thing I want to do is, like, I have so many Vader domes, is just put, like, the dome on his head and put him next to Vader with, like, his hands on his hips.
Yeah.
And then I got that Hasbro Emperor guard that I totally ruined. I have the pike still, and when I get my Emperor and the guard, I want to put him on the other side with the pike.
That's going to be good.
I just, like, I'm trying to think of, like, so many things that won't break the bank, you know? It's going to be fun, because Deadpool is really the figure that... Like, if you're going to get one figure that isn't in your collection, that's the one. And I'm going to use him as my elf on the shelf around the house. Like, I'm just going to have so much fun with that figure. Like, I know Manny was saying, like, oh, you're going to sell it by Saturday for Pokemon figures, which, by the way, I love how I've been a huge fan of Pokemon for, like, the past few months. Granted, for, like, most of my life, but for the past few months, and everyone's been shitting on me. And all of a sudden, Ryan Reynolds is in a Pokemon movie, and everyone's fucking got a rock on. So,
I think that's an odd choice. I would have picked anybody else other than Ryan Reynolds, only because...
You think Idris Elba?
That would have been way funnier. Are you kidding me?
This dark voice.
Yeah, that would have been
pretty good.
So awesome.
Hashtag Idris Elba.
I don't know, it's just like he's Deadpool, and like...
I think it's gonna be a weird to see him in a kids movie.
Yeah.
Weird to see him in a kids movie because
hear him, because you don't even see his face in Deadpool. Like
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for this week's episode. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, guys, it's been awesome.
We'll get this uploaded, and we'll see you on the next podcast.
Bye.